In this first video, we'll be talking about God's big vision for the whole world. What comes to mind when you think about home? Maybe it's a time at the beach or a place in the mountains. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe you think about a childhood home that you had where you felt secure and loved and had some fun. Or maybe not. Maybe you have an idea of what home should be like, but you've never really experienced it. Well, we believe that God created the whole world beautiful and perfect as our home. We human beings broke it, though, with this nasty thing called sin, resulting in the way the world is now. Still with beauty and with times of belonging, meaning, and joy, but marred by sickness and poverty, loneliness and hatred. But God has made a promise to fix it, to return it to its former beauty and perfection, an unbreakable promise. And this is his vision for the world in which we live, to restore his perfect creation by fixing the thing that broke it, the curse of mankind's sin. Right now, we are living in the middle of that promise coming true. It's basically in the works. Now, the power to accomplish that vision has already happened, but we are still waiting for the effects of that power to complete the job. And I don't know about you, but that sounds good to me. That sounds hopeful to me. Don't you want the earth to be totally beautiful, devoid of all those things, sickness and poverty and loneliness and hatred, devoid of evil and disease and broken relationships and death? I know I do. And I know you do too. I think that's what all of our hearts long for, is this idea of home. You may ask, well, what is God's plan to complete that promise, to fulfill that promise, to completely fix and heal the world the way he intended it to be? Well, we find that plan in the Bible, which tells us that in order to deal with the sin problem that broke the world, he sent his son, Jesus, to fix it, to pay the cost of sin and defeat death and evil. And that's the part of the plan that has already been accomplished. Jesus died on the cross 2,000 plus years ago and rose again from the dead on Easter, completing that mission, kicking death and evil, if you will, to the curb, out of home. Well, at least on their way out. That promise of that beautiful home to come obviously has not come to completion. Sin, death, and evil are like an obnoxious uncle, right? That wears out his welcome and won't go away. So to fulfill his vision, God has gathered together a people into this thing called the church, who long for this home, believe in Jesus' work to make it happen, and then to participate in his vision to see it to completion. I don't know about you, but I want to be a part of that vision. That's why we started All Souls Church of St. Louis. So tune into the next video to see more specifically how the church plays the part in this big vision of God for the world. Peace.